Can we identify a particular archetype with a particular psychological type function? And if we do, will that change over time?
Well, of course, one of the things I've pioneered is the idea that all of the psychological types in a given individual are carried by archetypes. Specifically, they're carried by part personalities of the total psyche, and that one can actually identify a human personality with each of the 8 types that makes up the completeness of one's type profile. So I've already said that the superior function has the character of a hero, and I've said that in a man the inferior function has the character of the anima being a figure of the opposite sex. The figure of the opposite sex with a certain strangeness associated to it. When we're talking about archetypes carrying the functions, I pretty much confine myself not to impersonal geometric patterns like mandalas, but to human archetypes. And I believe that the archetype carrying the superior function is the hero archetype. Often in a woman, the heroine; often in a man, the hero. This was a relatively easy identification to make. When I started with this work, the only identification that had been made with an archetypal figure and a type was the inferior function. Jung had said somewhere that the anima carries the inferior function in a man, and that the animus carries the inferior function in a woman. And there he pretty much let it rest. I said, well, why can't the superior function have an archetype too? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought that my extroverted intuition was my hero, and it has a certain larger-than-life quality, an ability to do unusual things well, and is the part of me that's capable of significant innovation. It's also the part of me that's capable of inflation, in the sense of being so good that it thinks it's too good. And it has a tendency to work alone and to think of itself as a law unto itself. And it loves to not only cope with situations and solve problems and pass the kind of hero tests that the hero passes in a fairy tale, but to rise to occasions and to master situations.